Järgmiseks ma palun lavale kaks härrasmeest Islandilt ja teile hakkavad ettekannet tegema, mille teemaks on tõenduspõhine sekkumine praktikas, Reykjaviki vaba kaart ja lavale tulevad, või õigemini juba on, varustatakse moodsate vahenditega, on Gisli Arni Eggertsson Reykjaviki linnavalitsusest ja Jon Sigfussoni Reykjaviki Ülikooli sotsiaaluuringute analüüsikeskuse direktor. Nii et kohe, kui peamikrofonid on kinnitatud, siis on aeg. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. You hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, how are you all? We have the pleasure of wrapping up with the last lecture of the day. Always a pleasure. So, Jon and I, we have worked together for many, many years. And our collaboration has always crossed. And when talking about research and youth work, or what the municipalities are doing in Iceland, our roads cross very often. So, he is taking care of the part regarding the research and the findings, the indicators. I will tell you a little bit about the leisure card, which is part of the program done in Reykjavik, both in prevention and also in promoting healthcare and public health. In the late 90s, the situation in Iceland peaked when we are talking about the drug use, alcohol and drug use among young people. And this was something that had to be tackled, and we were trying to find ways to work with young people and to change society. Oh, there it is.
Blommi, Gisli.
Vad säger du?
Blommi.
Ja, Blommi. Okay. It would have been a nice finish of the conference if I had fallen over the bucket. All right. So we had this policy linked with several different programs within Iceland and the city. This was put forward by the state, then the organization of municipalities, and Reykjavik City in particular. And these are the two main goals. We were going to change the actual behavior of youth and not only their attitudes. And the lifestyle environment was there. Lessen the risk of drug use or risk behavior. Next slide. And over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Gisli, as you said, there was a huge problem, drug problem in Reykjavik about 15, 20 years ago amongst young people. And the city wanted to change things, and you don't change anything without knowing what you should change. So what we have done at ISRA, at the research center, is we have monitored the lives and well-being of children since last century. And we have made sure that, like Inga Dora showed yesterday, for those who were here, we made sure that we don't only make scientific publications, but we have made sure that there is always a dialogue between the research and the findings directly to the people who are using the findings. Immediately after we do a research, within 2 months, all the communities in Iceland have the findings, practical findings. This is okay, this is something you have to fix, etc. And local is a key here. We have made research in all the municipalities, all the schools, and we make sure that every school and parent they get the current situation every year, and it changes. So it's like a roadmap. And when people have local new information of this kind about the lives and well-being of children, it's like vegetables. It has to be fresh to be interesting. Nobody cares what happened 5 years ago. So we have to get the information out immediately, and this is what we have been doing and working with the city of Reykjavik with for many years. Again, average figures about the problem in Tallinn doesn't help people in Tartu. There is a long road between. So we have to have local, new information for the practical work. We ask about everything important in the lives of children. I'm not going to read this. So it's a very thorough monitoring. And we found out it was in 97, 8, that the main risk and protective factors were of 4 different kinds. The family factors, as has been mentioned here today and yesterday, support, monitoring, control of parents and time spent with parents, the effects of the peer group, the well-being of the children inside school, at home, wherever. And we also saw the importance of structured extracurricular activities, which is what Gisli is going to focus on here, and how the city of Reykjavik actually took this bit and made it into something incredible, actually. Gisli.
You know how to work this thing. All right. Okay. You saw a similar slide when Inga Dora was speaking yesterday, but many of you haven't seen it, so it's here. It's something we are very proud of. We have a society with a lot of problems. Every day in the newspaper, there were stories about the problems of children using drugs, getting drunk in the city center, all the problems and all the institutions working in treatment, helping children. This was something that was only going to escalate if we didn't do something about it. So, in the late 90s, we had the highest rating of drunkenness among teenagers, the highest rating of daily smoking, and the highest rating of cannabis use. There were not many places in Europe where you could find figures like that.
And today we have the lowest.
We have the lowest. And a lot of people are interested in how in the world did you manage to do that? And this story goes way back 20 years now, when we started to build up youth services, policies on youth work and prevention. You know, policies don't mean a thing if you can't implement and have the people working in the field with you. Some nice paper written out by politicians to use on special occasions have no meaning for people that are struggling every day to find solutions to problems young people are dealing with. Right? Yeah. So, maybe for those of you who listened to Professor Barry this morning, this as an indicator of healthy living is very good. It may be a vision, right?
Gisli, okay. I'm going to teach you how to do this.
Okay, so it became a political issue involving all levels of society. A clear message, about risk and protective factors we had registered in the research. The key to all this was research, clear information into the local community. We increased funding in Reykjavik to NGOs. We built youth clubs and youth centers and after-school centers for the little ones, 6 to 9 years old. And we financed several hundreds of small projects all over the city in the purpose to reach where we are today. My main concern today is that because of the time it took, we are now having people working with children and teenagers and youth that don't remember the times when this was so difficult and take it for granted that things will stay so good forever. So our main task now is to maintain these results. The total funding of organization within the municipality of Reykjavik takes about 10%. How you look at it, maybe up to 12–13% of the city budget. The leisure card takes only a small fraction of that budget, less than 1%. And this is what it is. Not a big grant, but still 250 euros per child per year to be used to pay for participation in organized activities. It's all done over the web. I will show you. First, the purpose. The purpose of the leisure card is that all children and adolescents in Reykjavik between 6 and 18 can participate in constructive leisure activities regardless of economic or social circumstances. It's not an electronic card like a Visa card or anything like that. It's a web solution done over the digital Reykjavik service, which is on the web. And all the children that are registered into formal activities with organizations in the city go into this database as soon as they are registered with the organizations. Okay, so this database provides us with information about all the participation of 6 to 18 years old in the city, what they are taking part in, where in the city, and how often a week, how much does it cost, and are they using the leisure card. And this has become an important tool for the municipality in planning and preparing for the future of children and the neighborhoods. And along with that, we started informing everyone more about what was available. We made contracts with today it's over 200 different organizations where the criteria is like qualified staff, good housing or environment, and it has to be something that prevents, has this prevention factor built into the work. You don't have to call it prevention, but we know what it means. Okay, and we have this very good leisure portal. You can check on it on the web, fristund.is. And this is the development over the last years. These are the other courses, different possibilities of youth to take part in organized youth work. 1,265 in 2009. There were much less when we started the leisure card in 2007. Then we had only, if I remember correctly, about 700 or something. Today, well, 2014, the figure for 2015 is still higher. So it not only did involve more organized work, but also more different kind of organized work. So look at the bottom color, the blue one here. This is the age group between 6 and 18 since 2010. In 2008, it was 62%. 2010 up to 79%. 2011, 12, 13, still going up. And last year, we broke the 90% barrier. So, in 2010, we had a survey. Yep. Ooh. Which showed that only 57 of the age group in 9th and 10th grade did not participate in organized work. This saves money. It sure does. This saves a lot of money. It may cost the municipality 10% of the budget, but it saves a lot more. All right. Doing nothing is the most expensive method. Thank you.
Suur tänu, Gisli ja Jon. Viimati, kui ma Islandi härrasid kuulasin, siis nad rääkisid Islandi muusikast. Last time I listened gents from Iceland. It was about Icelandic music scene, but this thing you showing us today is quite impressive also. So, is there any questions? Kas on küsimusi?
Thank you for your presentation. I'm from the Netherlands. I wonder, don't people object being registered, the children, where they to which clubs they go, or is there no objection from the parents or whatever?
No.
No?
Never.
In Holland, I think it would be more objections against it.
Well, all children go to school, and we don't object to statistics about children going to school, do we? So, taking part in good leisure activity is just the same. It's just another environment.
So, one more question. This is hot. So,
hello, I'm also from the Netherlands. What happens after 18 years? When the children became 18, they are still young adults. They can still go back to drinking and using and...
Yeah. Well, what happens when they turn 25 or 30? How does the society take care of young people in general? This is a program designed for teenagers, children, and people between 16 and 18. We cannot, 6 to 18, and we cannot cover all aspects of services in society. But the environment that the city has been able to strengthen is for that age group. Right?
Also, we can see from the research that the lower, for example, the alcohol consumption is when they are 14, 15, and 16. The lower it is when they become 18, 20, 25. You know, it's like a wave. So it can go up, but we see from the research that you know, if you have a very high birth cohort in consumption, it maintains high. But if it's low at the age of 13, 14, 15, it maintains lower than,
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.